Bye-bye. Good luck.
Pretty cool, eh? That's the kind of the crappy part of this job. This is not good. Don't like it at all. At first I was not a fan, but morning. I just finished my oatmeal. Someone just had a little heyday with Mummy's headphones. I'm not in my barn gear yet because I have to go to the vet first thing this morning. Don't we? Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll see you guys in a bit. Come on out, Dad. Come say hi to your baby. Who's that? Who's that? She says, save me. I'm so scared.
Hi. You shaky? Bye-bye. Good luck. Squirt. Got a leash?
No. Shoot. Better go get one. Okay, I am like 100 yards from my driveway, but I just wanted to film this. There's no one on the road. But look at that morning sky. Gorgeous. Who's that? There you go.
Lucy Lou, how'd you do?
Where's your dad? She might have to pee.
Loose.
How was your back?
Come here.
Oh, turkey.
How about you go pee? Took a few minutes this morning to go over my weaning weights that I took last week. I use my weaning weights when I'm trying to decide on evaluating the ewes, who stays and who goes. I knew it seemed good when I finished weighing them, but I didn't realize how good these ewes did. I only have 4 that really stood out in a group of 106, I think. But what I want to do is hopefully this afternoon run that whole group through and do an utter evaluation. I like to wait till the ewes are dried off to really do a good assessment. So definitely there's a group here that need to get evaluated. I want to get that kind of done and off the list, and then if I do have a group ready to ship, then I can ship on Wednesday night before I get too busy. Once lambing starts, I'm not going to want to probably hit the road. So, and the weather's decent, so it's kind of nice to ship lambs when I'm not fighting a snowstorm, which tends to always happen on Wednesday nights when I'm hitting the road. So it's lunchtime. I'm gonna run in, grab a bite to eat, and this afternoon I'll run those through with you guys. So I'm kind of excited today that I get to try out a couple new things. Get to try out my new gate, but I remembered it does need some lube. So let's go do that now before I forget. So I'm just gonna squirt some here. Good. I'm kind of a weakling. So if we remember, this is what I got last week from Andrew to try. So I finally get to try it out. But the problem is I'm not really sorting today. They're all going straight through. But if I was sorting, some could go straight through there. And then these are really nice. They're so easy to open. My only problem with it being like opening like this is having enough strength to shut it on like a ram. Whereas the other ones, the blue ones, open in this way, so I'm pulling, which is, I don't know which way is better, but the one good thing is if they get in backward, like if they get in too far, with that one I had to back them up to get around the door, and this one I don't because they're going straight. So that's, I do like that for that, but we're gonna try at least seeing how it works. The other thing I wanted to test, but it's run out of magnet. The one is run out of magnet. I don't know what's wrong with it, if it's just what I'm trying to put it on or what, but one of my viewers gave me 2 of these sheep bums. Pretty cool, eh? And so I had a thought ages ago, and I'm like, sheep always follow other sheep. They're just hardwired for that. And I'm like, what if I take a picture of a used back end, get it on a magnet, and put it on these gates? So someone actually, I just said that randomly in a video, and these lovely ladies from the East Coast, Nova Scotia, I think, in Canada here, actually did that and got them printed off at Staples and brought them out to me this summer. The problem is they're too wide for all my gates. And I was thinking maybe I could trim them, but if I literally would have to trim it to like here, and it would cut off their bum. But I do have one. One still has enough magnet on it. I'll show you. I put one there because I was hoping if they caught sight, at least they would go over to here, because this seems to be the worst corner for them to go. So it will either convince them to go, or it's going to scare the you-know-what out of them, and they're not going to go anywhere near. But I'm going to try. Okay, since Carissa got everything clean and it's looking great, now I'm going to have to mess it up. So those ewes that I've been messing around with at the back, so the very back pen over there, and these ones, that's the group that I want to evaluate their udders. So I'm going to run and do some sorting and bring them up now. So I'm not sure how much they liked the picture. They did balk a bit. They stood back a bit. Now these are mature ewes, so they've been through a few times, so they ended up coming anyway. All you need is one good one, and then the rest will follow. But if I had the wrong one first, that could have been bad. Okay, I'm gonna fire up my Gallagher and start evaluating, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, I'm just gonna change the session. I'm gonna call it Group 1 Wean Evaluation. It's got the date, and if I decide to ship them, I'll write it under activities. I'm going to just go up behind them and literally feel her udder. So I'm feeling both quarters. Great. So she's good. As far as just an evaluation goes, she's good. I will do that all the way through, and then I'm going to scan their tags and see if my notes show up on the Gallagher. Okay, now this one's got a bad udder. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you on this or not, but let's try. I think it was this little one here. Let's see if I can get her up closer. But actually, it doesn't, you might not even be able to tell here. It's just one hard, really hard quarter. So I'm gonna put an X on her back. And this way, when I say I'm shipping them, it just means I'm taking them to the sales barn, and I put an X on them just so if there's actual farmers there that want to buy sheep for the barn, which I don't actually recommend you do that, then at least when they see an X on their back, they'll be like, I wonder why there's an X on her back. And these guys today, they will probably be going for mutton. The one ewe that had, that number 1 ewe that lambed and I kept her in a pen by herself the whole time, she has gone backwards as soon as I let her in with the rest, and that's what happens. So she is not good enough to ship, so I will have to euthanize her. And never that great, and she did really good, but she can't compete with the flock. So the most humane thing to do for her is to euthanize her, so I will have to do that today. But these ones are of good health, and all that's wrong with them is a bad udder. But I can't keep them because she's not a productive ewe. So that's the kind of the crappy part of this job, for sure. Got a lump as well. Okay. So there's 2 in that group, and I'm gonna scan them and just go against that list that I made up this morning to make sure none of these are a part of the list that I saw from the weaning weights. But in addition, those 2 are going to get added, and I'm going to put Brussels ship beside when their ear tag pops up. So I'm a bit of a dum-dum, but in a good way, because now I get to actually test my gait. I forgot, like, when I actually have some ewes that I'm Xing out, I have to put them somewhere. So I did push those ewes back just a couple panels, put a gate there, and I'm hoping I don't have many, and because we're gonna have to pail water to them for 2 days. So but the good thing is I get to test my gait, so you guys get to laugh to see how good my reflexes are. All right, I had to run and get my sheet too because I forgot it with my 4 ewes. So I'm not really sure where to put you guys. I'm gonna put you here. Oh, all the stuff you don't see because I edit this out. Okay, now you guys can laugh at me. The group is done. I ended up with 17 ewes total that I'm going to ship. Pretty much all of them except for the ones that I had marked because of weaning weight data. The rest had lumps on their udders. So that's the group that's going to get shipped, and I'm going to ship them Wednesday night, take them up to the sales barn. And the rest, they all fit in that pen from the other day. So now my barn is exactly how I had kind of planned it. I have this pen that I can set up my lambing pens. The first one's at lamb. The ewe lambs are in that whole center section, and now the back section's actually empty as well, which was the original plan, but I didn't want to squish those ewes on that side. So I believe taking out 17 should leave enough room for the ewes I had over there. But we will check tomorrow if when Carissa feeds it still looks squishy, I will put them back over there because I don't want to risk them not getting what they're supposed to get. Even though they are on a maintenance ration, they still need exactly what I have rationed for them. I want to just do a quick review of how I thought my first day using the VENO sorting gate was. At first I was not a fan, but after a bit I figured out a few little minor things. So number one, this gate here, so this is my open gate. Anytime, so they open inwards, so this is the gate. Anytime a ewe went by it, it kept smacking this guy, and it was coming open. So I'm like, that is no good. And then I realized you can't just do this, you have to actually lock it. And then it didn't move after that. So we figured that out, and then I was okay after that. I thought at the start I wasn't gonna like how kind of slow everything seems like, and that's just me getting awkward and trying to get used to it. But what it actually is doing is slowing me down, like slowing the animals down. This was surprisingly easy to deter them from trying to go through, whereas the guillotine gate, they try to go under it, and sometimes they can actually lift the guillotine gate on me. So that ended up being actually surprisingly better. There's only one thing I actually do not like about this, and it wasn't with every ewe, but it was with a ewe that's been through my system a million times, and it's this whole deflector thing. So they are deflecting this way, so they're deflecting that out this way, but the problem is the ewe gets in here and she wants to go straight, and she doesn't look to her right to see that it's open. She just is determined to go where the one before her went, which is straight through. So yes, if one turned before her, she would turn. But if you get stuck with that one ewe at the start and she doesn't see that that's an opening, that's a problem. Whereas the blue Marwell gates, if you notice here, I just have it right beside us here, they open inwards. So she had no choice because it made a corner. So she couldn't go straight ahead. She thought she was going straight ahead, but in actual fact, she was deflecting out. That's the one thing that, I mean, that's why this has to be so long, which is why I don't really like it. But in the same breath, they move a lot nicer when you're going from side to side with this. So it's gonna take one of those days where I'm doing kind of a three-way sort. So one's going right, one's going left, one's going straight through to get a real good feel for this. But so far, I like everything but the way they divert. So yeah, a real good test would be like weaning day. But anyway, for day one, I was pleasantly surprised. There was only one ewe that gave me an issue going right. So, but other than that, it was pretty good. Toy number one kind of worked. And for me, I like my old toys. It just takes me a long time to make the big changes. Well, I guess that's it for another day. I'm not sure even what's on the agenda for tomorrow. I never really know until I wake up. I knew this evaluation needed done today, but other than that, we are, like I say every day, we're in pretty good shape. I'm really ready for babies. I want there to be a lamb tomorrow. I say that now. Mark was laughing yesterday because I'm like, I really want lambs. And he's like, you're like that till day 3 and then the wheels fall off. And he's not wrong.